Hey YouTube, POD7 here with something a bit different than usual. I've never done a blind playthrough Let's Play, and that was kind of a meme back in the day, before you could even get ad revenue for Let's Playing, so I thought I would bring it back for my whopping 80 subscribers. I don't know anything about this other than knowing what the Turing test is in real life, so let's go ahead and get started. Here we go. Oh, that load bar. Oh my goodness. Well, I'll take this opportunity to say that this is also kind of a test to see if my corruption problems have anything to do with playing Xbox 360 games and some kind of mishap between, you know, the emulator or whatever it is that works inside the Xbox One and Mixer. So if there's no corruption in the hour I'm planning on playing this, then that means I guess I'll be moving on to Dragon Age Inquisition and Mass Effect Andromeda pretty soon. Because I don't know if I could handle playing the same sections of Mass Effect 2 and Mass Effect 3 and Dragon Age Origins especially over and over and over again. It's pretty. Oh, come back into focus.
Morning, Eva.
Hello.
Your wake-up
95.
has been sanctioned by the ISA. We lost contact with the ground crew 450 hours ago.
Dang.
We have tried to establish further communications, but we are not getting any responses.
What is that, like almost 20 days?
We need you to investigate.
Okay, doesn't it make sense to do visual checks first?
We have already looked at the data. The ISA has made the executive decision that you report to the surface post-haste. You are our emergency response.
What exactly is the emergency?
The ground crew found an organism the ISA believed to be dangerous. We need to re-establish communication.
Is there a walk setting? Or is she like full tilt forever? Looks like it's full tilt forever. Dude, you have tank treads. Nice. I don't know, I just found a random fan, kind of funny. Chris McLean. Uh-huh. Dang, we're pretty far ahead. Kind of sad that, to see that we're not Star Trek levels of tech yet in 2443, but that's okay. We'll get there eventually if we don't blow each other up before that. Stairs and air conditioning units. Ooh, a chair. That doesn't look good. ID not found? That's really not good. There's a ladder in there. That means I'll be criming a ladder. It's climbing a ladder.
Pick up your EMT.
Hold on, I'm searching aimlessly for random things.
It's on the side.
Oh, I see, he's directing me to pick up the gun. That's not good. I don't want an AI telling me to pick up a gun. Oh, you can move it. You can't read it, though. And you can't move while you're examining something. That's good to know. I also notice he isn't following me.
Okay. We are going to take a lander to Europa. Make your way to the docking station.
I was gonna say, if he appears behind me, then this means it's a spooky game, and I'm not entirely up for a spooky game right now. I have a jump button, and that's it so far. Touch OS. Touch. Let's see. There's 2 open doors. I'm very much an explorative person in games, so this might be end up being a very long playthrough. Internal mail. Okay. I'm glad I saw that at the last second. There's a big button next to that tiny little screen. Docking bay hatch. More air conditioners. Here we go. We have a big old smartwatch. Wearing it on the right arm. Guess that means she's left-handed, huh? But we don't actually climb by ourselves. Means if something's chasing me, it's gonna be extra spooky. Oh, I was like, was that a hard light structure?
What's the ship's status?
I have performed the necessary checks. The Europa lander is ready to launch.
That wasn't the status. You just told me you looked at it already. I'm very distrustful of these computers, by the way.
I think that's everything wound up, Tom.
Yes.
Well, I guess I'm ready to go down for the long sleep then.
Good night, Ava. I will miss your assistance. The ship will be very quiet without you here.
Night. See you when I wake up, Tom.
Residuals before nulling, -02, -04, -01. X and Z null to 0. Looking good.
Okay, good. Horizon check right on time. How's things, Christopher?
Good. I am go for power descent.
I can confirm. You are go for power descent.
Roger that. I am running the PDI program. 80-degree delta pitch to 88 degrees absolute. Braking procedure. Engine 1 ignition. Engine burn.
Suppressing 400 alarm.
Bound.
The landers are ready.
Good. Thanks, Tom. You okay now, Sarah?
Yeah, I think so. Thank you, Daniel. I've done this before.
I'm sure you'll be fine.
It's just another 10 years of my life.
What does it matter if you're frozen for 10 years? You'll wake up when you're the same age. Can I turn it? I bet I'll turn it later. Oh, there's a star out there, it looks like. Some sort. That's probably the toilet, right? The plumbing for the toilet. I hate that her hands are like flopping all over the place when you run. Like, I guess she's a scientist, so it kind of makes sense in a narrative aspect. That it's a way to show that she's not an action hero. But, it's annoying.
Bay 3.
No. Sounds like the power almost went out in my house just now. That was kind of weird. Like, you know how it suddenly just gets very quiet when you go home? Or when your power goes out? Alright, fine. I'll jump into it. Ugh. Yeah, definitely waning on the Star Trek is very much more grounded in realism, it looks like, or at least they're trying to. Whoa.
Retro?
Go.
Fido?
Go.
Guidance?
Go.
Control?
Go.
Telcon?
Go.
Then we are go for launch,
But for-
initiating.
Settle.
What's a button for? Well, it's not a star, it's like Jupiter.
Engaging
kind of.
retrofire. I'm running the program. 80-degree delta pitch to 88 degrees absolute. Braking procedure. Trajectory looks good. 502 alarm. It looks like we're coming in too fast.
We are slightly short of the landing site. We are going to have to burn late.
Nice load lag there.
Full retrograde.
Frozen planet. Frozen moon of a planet. The fact that it's less Star Trek sci-fi and more alien sci-fi worries me a little bit, to be honest. By all the like analog knobs and stuff and all this tech.
Open the door.
Considering how much stuff is touchscreen
Welcome
now,
to Europa.
like you would think in 400 years it would be holographic by then. Something very horrible happened. Yep, you're good. Alright, let's find the 100 golden notes or whatever. And that's
How long will my suit survive these conditions?
At 100 degrees Kelvin, a couple of hours. We should get inside.
like, just make that cliff over there right here instead of having these wide open plains where you could totally walk, but you just can't because of invisible walls. ISA, International Space Alliance, maybe? Wow, this is a pretty dramatic hallway. I think I understand Let's Players now that can't absolutely refuse to be serious when playing a game. It kind of feels like there could be a jump scare, but at the same time it feels like it might just be Gone Home syndrome, where the first time you play it you just expect something scary to happen, but nothing actually does. With a mic, oh dear. Getting scanned. I was like,
The base has changed.
What do you mean?
why did
The
you
base
say
was
like
originally constructed as modules to withstand the seismic activity in and around Thera Macula. It appears the ground team have manipulated these modules.
that? The ground team or you? Hello. It's the companion cube, guys. That's still a meme, right? That huge thing is a power converter for the doors. For real. Okay. Here.
The base was built initially by machines.
Hello.
I served as the mind of these operations. I arrived first on Europa in 2240.
Oh, we're on Europa.
It costs a lot to send humans into space with the necessary life support, especially such a vast distance from Earth. So, robotics built this place.
Uh-huh. I get it. So it's not a shooty gun necessarily, but a gameplay gun. Getting scanned. This is loading up the next audio file.
I wonder why the ground team has changed these rooms.
I have a hypothesis.
Let's hear it.
These rooms are Turing tests.
Turing tests?
Turing tests are tests designed to tell humans and machines apart. Typically, problems only solvable by a human. A combination of logical and lateral thinking.
So, you can't complete these tests, Tom?
No. That is why I am glad you are here to help. We need to work together.
No, that's not how this works, Tom. So, like, I guess the thinking here is that the machine wouldn't know that there's not a window here, or a pane of glass. So you do have to climb this ladder on your own, for whatever reason. And there's the power thing. Jump down here. Imagine a speedrun of this is actually pretty cool, because the running is so fluid, but it still feels like the character's running.
They really have completely repurposed these rooms. I am quite impressed.
So, what were they used for before?
Most of them were used for storage, but they have converted them beyond recognition. Perhaps they ran out of things to do out here. The devil makes work for idle hands.
Hello. So where do you put this? Oh boy. It's gonna be one of those. Aha, I understand now. Heck. I thought that was just like a wall decoration. I didn't think about it being an actual... Oh, that's their progress bar. Okay. Yonk. Nope. Just a bunch of boxes in there. Can I snag it? Alright. Interesting. Aha. So don't always assume that a window is a window.
Do you know the ground team's location?
The crew are deeper inside the base, it seems.
They must be trying to survive. Can you find their precise location?
I'm afraid not. I am working to regain control. Though I once had complete control of this base, a lot has changed in the past 500 hours.
Why was that one red when I picked it up? Is what I want to know. But I don't know why, I just thought maybe that was something you had to do. Oh, it is something you have to do. Aha! Smarter than I thought. Wonderful.
So, if this base is managed by you, why can't you find the crew?
The base's communication array is malfunctioning.
Let's see what's going on with this ladder first.
Perhaps we can't solve this yet.
Oh good, you don't have to climb down every ladder. That's always a good sign. You know what's down here? Anything? Must be human guinea pigs. Okay. Now that my brains are completely scrambled. I'm guessing this is a, oh god, magnet thing. Oh no. Oh god, what have I done? Alright, that's enough of that. Oh god. There's one. Where will the other one be? Oh, we just take it. Aha. Green. That one was green. Aha.
This doesn't add up.
What does not add up?
If there was an accident, surely they'd come to find me, not try to lock me out.
My instance is still resolving conflicts. I expect they have their reasons.
Okay, so we can't bring the thing, throw the thing through here, but we can grab a circle or a ball. So we can Oh dear. Aha, I think I get it. Okay. That one stays there. This one comes over here. Ta-da! Almost done with the first level. Or first row, anyway.
My instance has just been updated.
Oh,
Sorry?
I have two instances of my mind, two separate versions.
hello.
A slave mind running on the satellite, and a master running here on the surface. When the communication was cut between the surface base and the satellite, the two instances of my mind were separated. So, during all this time, all of my knowledge divided into two separate branches. I continue to learn on the satellite, and I continue to learn on the surface. I am trying to merge the knowledge to create a timeline of what's happened here. But there are incongruities between these memories, conflicts.
So we need a box probably for that one. Alright. Easy peasy. Notice that when you pick up a ball, the top triangle lights up. Hope there's not any like collectible achievements. I better make sure I'm not gonna get smashed here. Would be kind of really bad. Okay. That was more of a tutorial, I think. Hey, where's my progress? Planetarium. Ooh. Those are both fake
This
screens.
is the command center. You can check on the crew status from here.
Let's look around. Industries. Ashiyama Industries. For that, there's a room over there. Hello. That's me, Ava Turing. Get it? It's the Turing test. Lost signal. So we're missing something over here. Losing her parents at a young age, of course. Protagonist syndrome. Ava Turing was sent to military engineering school. Shortly after graduating, she enlisted in the Navy and trained as a pilot due to her exemplary service record and willingness to leave Earth. For extended periods of time, Turing was recruited by the ISA. On the exploratory mission to Jupiter's Europa, Turing's role aboard the Fortuna is engineer and vehicle officer. Okay, Dr. Tokarev. Objective terminated. Outstanding tasks keep calm. That doesn't sound good. Chris McLean from Canada. Terminated. So he's still working on their task. His tasks have been terminated. So, yeah. Keep calm is his only task up there. That's strange. Identical triplet. His father is an electrician and his mother is a mechanical engineer. Okay. Wait, so his brother, they're both brothers, but there's a third brother on Earth. So he would have had to have been frozen too. Unless it's been way more than what Tom told us has been since we were frozen. Maybe Tom spent 200 years trying to figure out the Turing test. Who knows? She's still working on something. Syria. She's got a British flag, though. Joint British and Syria, okay. Sarah Brooks' parents are both scientists. In her teenage years, she was sent to an English public boarding school. Though only 28 years old, Sarah has touched the surface of 2 planetoids and spent more time on alien Sol than any other member of mankind, except for the Mars team. Interesting. Wow. Okay. If I had known that was going to happen, I would have read more of his screen, but okay. Alright, I guess that's all there is to do in that room. Oh, we got our gun back. Oh, loading screen. Okay, here we go. Laser, laser, laser. Yeah, let's see. That could be... Actually, that could be 7.
What condition should I expect to find the ground crew in?
Daniel went missing days ago. Chris is presumed dead. We are expecting to find Sarah, Mikhail, and Sochi in a stable condition.
Chris is dead?
He was involved in an accident.
Did that shut all the other doors, or am I crazy? Did I figure that puzzle out without even trying? Wow. I guess I have good puzzle instinct or something. Okay. I don't know if that was a mixer thing or a Turing test thing. That was kind of freaky.
Could we take a more direct way to the ground team?
Unfortunately, there is not a direct route. The base is buried under ice to protect it from the radiation of space.
Similar to the Mars base.
Similar. Europa's base is slightly deeper into the surface. There is more radiation present from solar events on Mars. But Mars's surface is denser than that of Europa.
Was there one of those magnet things here? Ladder time! I'm gonna be pretty disappointed if I get any of this corrupted, because this is a really interesting game so far. Oh my god. Oh, it's actually gonna stick. Hello? Ugh, how am I able to hold it and not be sucked up? Keep forgetting you have to like let it place in there before you do anything. Oh yeah, okay. I'm hip to your jab, son. ladder juggle. I was like, how do you get it? Okay, chapter 2, puzzle 2, executed. There's gotta be a speedrun achievement for this game.
Okay, what are their chances of survival here? Oxygen, the food stores, waste management.
Everything seems to be in order. There was a small problem with the food stores, but the crew fixed that up. We successfully transitioned over to a sustainable, small, artificial ecosystem a year ago, growing fruit and vegetables. It helps boost morale, amongst other things. The crew members could hypothetically survive here for their whole lifetimes.
You know, having to replace the entire food store with whatever, a garden we grow here ourselves is not a small problem, Tom. It's a pretty frightening problem, in my opinion. Neat. Pretty neat, if I do say so myself. There's gotta be a reason to go down here, though, right? No? Okay. Sorry if this is all chopped up, too. There's a lot of cases where I think about, I feel like it's exciting while I'm playing, and then I watch it while I'm editing it. It's just the most boring stuff. I mean, I can't really do much about my voice being monotone. Like, that's just how I sound, but, wow, there's a lot of pieces going on here. We need 3 for the door. That is going to need to be on for a while, I think. Well, maybe not. Can you shoot that from there? Yes. Yep, okay. Good to know, good to know. Oh, but it's got to rotate over here. Aha. Oh, and then you move it around, okay. That didn't shut anything off. It's kind of weird. Okay. Well, that's not it. This is where the speedrun of this game probably gets really interesting, because I'm sure there's a really wacky way to throw that box up on here or something without having to maneuver this giant thing around. Oh, I know what happened. I can't do this anymore, right? It's not going to work because I took the power out. Silly me. Borrow this power for a second. No? Hello? Uh-oh. Sorry if this is frustrating to watch. But once again, this is a... Take it, please. My only baby boy. The light is on, but no one's home, apparently. Is there a power thing on the thing itself? Oh yeah, there usually is, isn't there? Okay. Is it on the other side here? It sure is. Wow. I'm probably doing this the complete wrong way, but... Just trying to use that with my gun, somehow. Yeah, we don't want to do it too quick. I was thinking, oh, you could just zap that, throw it in, zap that, throw it in, but no, the bridge would have fallen. Or retracted, excuse me. Ta-da! Wow, we're fantastic. This game is boosting my self-esteem by the second. Except these load times are killing me. I got about 15 minutes before I have to stop.
My purpose as the overseer of this mission is to work for the ISA. I am the ISA's feet and hands. The distance between Jupiter and Earth make it inappropriate for the ISA to directly interface with the mission directives. As my AI core is stationed on Europa, I can make decisions instantaneously about the running of the base.
Is that so? Why is there... Guess we'll need to come back this way. Why wouldn't you just... There's probably another way to solve that, but... That's the way I solved it. Oh, I hate it when games do this. Just infinite blackness over here. This wall. It just looks weird to me. There's a window of opportunity there. Aha! I knew it. It was too easy. Of course, it's not like this. Doing this is that hard, really. But oh boy, I get it now. That music cue was like perfect for my dawning of realization. Okay, so we need to put this somewhere where it's going to work. So this one has to be that. Right? Am I looking at this wrong? How do you have this door open? Oh, I'm dumb. Of course, you gotta put weight on it. And you can do this kind of thing. Okay. Alright. Nope. Okay, so I'm not horrifically stupid, but... I mean, it is only chapter 2, though. Yeah, that only took 3 minutes to figure out. I guess it's not that bad. Freeze. The worst part about using doing this experiment on this experimental game is that in case the game totally froze there for a second, the worst part about using this as an experiment is about an experiment to see if Xbox 360 versus Xbox One corruption on the VODs for Mixer is that I'll have to wait like 7 hours, 8 hours for it to completely process into a VOD and then download it, and then import it for an hour into my editor, because it seems like it's always an hour, sometimes 2 hours. I guess I could try to open it in QuickTime or VLC or something, but...
How does the ISA know you're gonna make the right decisions here, when they can't communicate with us?
Interestingly, I have a twin on Earth. His name is Michael.
You're
The
not alive.
ISA uses my twin to check firmware updates before they upload them to myself. There is a simulation of this mission on Earth, running at all times to check my expert systems. Naturally, as any modern artificial intelligence running on a quantum computer, I do also have a large amount of evolutionary algorithms at my disposal. However, they were deemed as too unreliable for general use in the mission.
Why is that?
Biological systems produce biological results. Messy, unpredictable solutions. Not suitable for such a mission.
In other words, it would, wait, so I'm locked in here now. Do I need it to put it here and then carry the box through? I sure do. Wow. I think I get it. Not entirely sure though. Ah, yeah, no, I really get it. I get it for sure now. I promise. Okay, I just have to do it right. Okay, this one will go here. Yeah, I have a feeling from here on out the puzzles are going to get clipped significantly. In editing wise, anyway. And we're in here now. What did that do? Did that open a door? Aha, I understand. And it had to be both orbs because there's circle and everything else is square if it's not an orb. So we might not get to the end of chapter 2 at the end of this hour-long session, which kind of sucks. It's another one of those you can't solve it yet things. Sounds like it's having some problems. Oh, Jesus. Is it motion detection? Yeah, okay. It doesn't detect me when I'm spinning, but this is the nature of video games. Oh man. Join me on this thrilling saga of barely inching forward the game. Last 6 minutes of my planned recording time. And you don't want to get in a rush either, because if you do, you'll have to start all over again. I would laugh so hard if this is a speedrunning tactic. Like if I'm about to skip a major part of the game right now or something. I don't think you can go back in the game, so I wonder if there's going to be a way to, like after you beat the game, if there's going to be a way to come back and do rooms over again. Hey, it's post-POD once again. Obviously, the test didn't work, so I'm at a loss for words, really. I don't know what to do now. It seems like every time I try to get something going on YouTube, besides my comic haul videos, something comes up and I just can't do anything without something messing up, like this corruption thing. So I think Mixer in general is just like really bugged, because you can't watch VODs from, at least on a Mac Google Chrome browser, you can't watch VODs. It just takes you automatically to the tech support page, or like contact page. But you can download stuff still, so I guess I should be thankful for at least that much. I'm trying to think of what happens during this part, because this is still going, by the way. I have the audio muted. You can tell by the glitch stuff at the top that it's still quote-unquote going. After you do this motion sensor puzzle, quote-unquote puzzle, you run into a computer and you basically do a Turing test where the other side accuses you of being a robot, and you don't really have a choice to say, I'm a human. Like, you just say, are you insane, or you're the robot, and then it takes the choice away from you to where the only thing you can do is press the button to continue, and it makes you say that you're a robot, and etc., etc. So yeah, pretty disappointed that this still is messed up, and I can't even, like I mentioned before, you can get to the contact page, but when I hit send on my problem, it didn't go through. And in fact, it kind of messed up the entirety of the Mixer website, and I had to restart Chrome just to get back into my account. So I'm literally, I have no idea what to do anymore, besides to just hammer through, I guess. Which is a terrifying prospect, because Mass Effect 2 will be okay. Mass Effect 3 will be a breeze because I love that game. I could play several of the missions over and over again, so that won't be a problem. But Dragon Age Origins is going to be a pain in the ass to do, especially Orzammar, because I hate Orzammar big time. I've also, if you're wondering why, like, the original goal was to do them in order of release, BioWare games, or at least Mass Effect and Dragon Age. Why I didn't do Mass Effect, Dragon Age, Mass Effect 2, Dragon Age 2, etc. is because Dragon Age 2 isn't available digitally on Xbox One. So I'm just kind of SOL on that. So I'll probably not even be able to do that altogether unless I message somebody and ask them if I can just do commentary over their playthrough of it. I have toyed with the idea of asking someone that did a speedrun of Dragon Age 2 if I could just do like a short movie kind of thing with commentary over it. But it might just end up being that I screen capture as I go through all the choices on Dragon Age Keep, which is something I'll explain when I get to it, but it's basically kind of like the Mass Effect Genesis DLC, but on a browser. So we'll see what happens, but yeah, by now I'm in the actual recording that's not corrupted. I'm in the next room, and I'm just saying, oh, there's a lot of rooms here, so I'll call it quits here. So I guess I better do the same. Sorry this is such a crappy ending, but anyway, This has been POD7, and I'm signing out.